Okay, so welcome to the Just a Fresh podcast, and we're just going to get straight into it. Your boy Stephen A. Smith is back in the news, trending for more negative publicity because the National Association of Black Journalists, during their convention this past weekend, gave him the Thumbs Down Award. Now, the whole reason for them giving him that award is because they feel like for the past couple of years, he's been disrespectful to black women, whether it's Vice President Harris, Serena Williams, Carrie Champion, and a host of other women, black women to be specific. Now, I'm not here to take sides on who's right or who's wrong, but what I can say is that I do believe that there needs to be a conversation in the black community when it comes to how we critique each other and the fact that it's okay that we do that. Too many times where if someone doesn't necessarily agree with another black person's politics, the first thing we do is either go straight to the disrespect or say this individual don't support black men or black women or black people as in total. There's a difference between constructive criticism and just being straight disrespectful. For example, when Vice President Harris was running for president this past election cycle, there was a lot of disrespectful things being said to her. But also there was a lot of constructive criticism. I believe somewhere in the mix or somewhere in the midst of all of it, a lot of it was taken as disrespect. And I do believe she was disrespected by a lot of people. For example, people would say things like they didn't think she was smart enough to be the president when she was way more qualified than our current president. They would make statements like, I would never vote for a black woman or a black woman couldn't be president. Those things are disrespectful and I don't agree with them at all. But for the people that would say things like, well, I don't agree with her policies or politics for subject XYZ, or she can do better in this area, that's called constructive criticism. And I feel sometimes when we have conversations like that, when someone's being constructive in their criticism, black people take it the wrong way. And the first thing we do is believe it's disrespect. Or like I said earlier, we say things like, oh, this individual don't support black women or don't like black women or black people. And I don't think that's fair, because when you look at groups like MAGA, their whole thing is it doesn't matter what Donald Trump says or do. We're supporting him blindly. And black people, we don't operate like that. We don't operate like that in our neighborhoods, in our families, with our husbands, our wives, brothers, sisters, cousins, children. If we don't agree with something, we will tell them that, hey, I don't like that. We don't just be like, oh, well, you're my brother or you're my sister, so I got to agree with everything. And that's what I'm saying with black people. We cannot operate in politics, in sports, in journalism, or any other industry and say because someone is black, well, I'm just going to agree with everything. Or when someone critiques them, it becomes, oh, you're anti-black. So I think as a whole, we can do better than that, because when you look at black people where we were 20, 30, 40 years ago, we are way ahead of schedule. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we could do, but when you look at it, we have more black billionaires, multimillionaires, entrepreneurs, parents that can actually afford to send their kids to college, parents that's doing things that they never thought that their parents could do, but now they're doing. And as we grow as a community, as a culture, we're going to have different fragments of black people who are doing well in life. And because of that, we're all not going to agree on everything. When that happens, it can't go straight to disrespect. It can't become you don't support black people because you don't agree with Dr. Umar is saying, or you don't want to vote for VP Harris, or you don't think Jasmine Crockett would be a great senator, or if you don't agree with Corey, I can't think of his name, out of Jersey, but there needs to be a conversation on how we can conversate with each other, critique each other constructively without it becoming disrespect. And I think this is something Stephen A. Smith can learn. And I hope throughout this whole situation with the National Association of Black Journalists, we can have a greater conversation and they can have a conversation and mend this whole thing, because it doesn't look good. Anyway, let me know how you feel in the comments. You know what it is. Fresh thoughts.